How you doing, Sam?
Hi, Kev. I'm just getting loads of pings on my phone, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to see what they're relative to. Oh, look like a lovely. Looking at one, Andy Fairweather though played the Gwyn Hall in Neath.
I
Um,
heard, yeah.
I think it was on Valentine's night, and but
Okay.
the whole all of his tour, I looked at the gigs,
Don't take any
they were
notice.
all sold out because he's always really good. And the nearest one was up Midlands way somewhere. All the rest, all the dates were all saying sold out. Because I normally try and catch him when he's around. He's always really entertaining. Good guy. With the horns, AFL. Yeah, loads of good reviews. But I don't know who's sending me all this stuff. Let's have a look here.
No, it's me. I'm messaging Mike. It's all right, and it's coming out as pings.
I haven't forgotten about your roof, Sam. I'm just a bit of a slack-ass lazy bastard.
That's all right, yeah, because I think my brother's giving me a bit of a clip round the head, just gently, to sort of say, oi, So yeah, I ought to move on it really. So as
I'll
soon as
make
you
sure I got
can,
the kids in the car the next time I'm
yeah,
coming through.
righto.
Mm. So I don't know why that is. We're having technical difficulties. Waiting for host.
If they go to Facebook and click on Messenger, they can click the bloody link like I did.
Yeah.
Wasn't hard. It takes you straight in. You don't have to log in or anything.
I don't know why. It's Biscuit is having a problem here, and what I've been using for last 8 months, Primo. I don't know. I just posted him a new link, and I don't know why this link has changed. Maybe I've gone into another somewhere or other. I don't know what. And they're telling me that they're waiting for the host to accept them in, and
Yeah, it just keeps you hanging in there.
I haven't got any notifications from them at all.
That's my phone just started playing music without my permission.
Nice. So I don't know where they are. Hang on.
So are Biscuit and Michael out there somewhere, are they? Floating in the ether.
Yeah. I don't know where.
I'll shine the torchlight up now.
Hang on, I'm just gonna get. Don't answer, Kipper and Sam. Don't answer the phone. All right.
No.
Okay. Hang on, I'm just gonna
50
get.
bucks? Hey, 50 bucks for the nice.
Right, cool.
I know nothing.
I'm just gonna call the boys. There's no bloody answer, is there?
We are trying to connect you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Biscuit is there. Is he trying to come in now?
Hang on a sec. And
There he is.
there you are. All right. Sorry, Biscuit. What was happening?
Well, the link that I went on to start the first one didn't work again. So then I closed everything down and then went back on the bookmark that I keep. And I was just all I was getting all the time was waiting for host to join.
Yeah, I think I clicked on another link or something or other. And so the thing to do, Biscuit, right, is go back to when you go to, instead of going to the link you always use, go back to the Silver Surfers message place.
Yeah, well, that's what I used to do. And then I created a bookmark and I just clicked that. And it worked. It worked for the first chat tonight, but it obviously wouldn't work for the second one.
No, I don't know why that is, but that's why I put the new link in it. So you clicked on the new link now, on that link now.
Yeah.
Right? Well, do that every night, every time. You go back to this link, right? And if you have a problem, I'll post another link up. I don't know why it did this a while back as well. And it got, I don't know where Primo's gone. Perhaps he's sulking.
I
Should I
don't
ask him?
know. There we are.
So keep talking amongst yourselves, or would you know?
How are we doing, Sam?
Okay, thanks. I missed a couple lately. I mean, last weekend I was down in Bluestone, down in West Wales, Pembroke Way, and
All right.
you know all the family there and that. And I did get connection. I could have gone into a little cupboard somewhere, but I thought it would have been most unsociable.
Right.
On an holiday with the fam, yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, I was just saying to Con when I come on, I knew I wouldn't make the first session about Kim had said she'd seen something on Facebook about a helicopter down at Langland doing a bit of a search.
Yeah.
But didn't seem to have any news of who or what.
Somebody said that they pulled a body out of the water, but I don't know whether they'd actually seen it. It could have, hopefully it was just a training exercise, but
Well, Kim picked up on that as well about whether they were searching for someone or was it a body. So
yeah. Somebody said that the helicopter had landed down the Gower. They said where, I can't remember where it was,
yeah,
earlier on this morning. Then somebody said that they'd been searching for for somebody in the water.
yeah.
And then somebody said that there was somebody was washed up in Langland. So
That's a bit sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's sad if that's what's happened, but there we are.
Hope it's not as bad as it looks.
Shit happens at sea, as they say.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Primo's had a Wi-Fi collapse or something like that, and he's going to try and get back in. But he said if he doesn't get back in, he should see you next week. So what was that you were saying? I'm sorry, I missed all that. I was just doing a tech side behind.
No, as we said earlier on, that somebody, I don't think it was Frenchie. Frenchie commented on the post, but I don't think it was him that actually put the post on there.
Oh, right.
But as I said, there was a couple of people made some sort of unsavory comments, you know, like their sort of humor or whatever it was, which I suppose, until it's confirmed, is a bit out of taste, I think. But
so
There's also some sick bastard says something, you know.
yeah. There we are.
It's loading very slowly. Okay, Mike. All right, so what actually happened then? Nobody knows.
Just the helicopter's been going up and down the bloody coastline for a while.
All right, okay.
It landed in Pickettsmead and it landed in Langland, apparently.
That Pickettsmead, that's what it was. And then there were two helicopters in Langland.
Two?
Yeah, on the photograph, there were two helicopters landed on the sort of west side of the beach.
Really? I haven't seen that one.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Mm.
Ooh.
The big red and white one and the red one.
The red ones, the air ambulance in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's usually picking up somebody who's got life-threatening injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
They're
bit.
usually alive and kicking when they use that one.
They what?
They're
They
alive and kicking when they use
All
the
right
red.
then. Straight up to either Ashley for Singleton, is it, or even
No,
Morris?
Marston or Cardiff, depending on the injuries.
Yeah. I know.
Let's just hope they're all right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you then something nice yesterday. We were a bit late doing our heart-shaped things, me and Kim, because I was on the radio in the day. And then, but yesterday we went to go down to a little, small holding farm thing to pick up some veggies, just on the way to Pennard. And the guy stuck his head out and said, "Oh, hello, Sam. I haven't seen you since blah, 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 blah." I couldn't place him, but he looked about maybe late 40s, something, or maybe not quite. Long beard with two bits coming down. But the place is called, you might know it, Kip, if you've been past it, even though it's not your bit of gower, called the Veg Shed. It's just, if you're heading towards Pennard and you've come through the twisty bits, coming through Kittle, past Benaway Lane, through the little twisty bits, and as it comes out and it clears, just before you get to the community centre, just on the left there, and it's only a shed. Sometimes they have an honesty table outside.
I haven't seen that one. That's a new one.
Yeah, but he said he hasn't had it out for a while. But Kim did it on the phone, so we went up and he prepared a lovely box of stuff, and it was a nice little touch when she brought the box out. There were two little red roses on the top of all the veg, bit topical. And he said next weekend he was going to do a couple of cans of non-alcoholic Guinness to go with the rugby, Yeah, but we drove on then down to Pennard, and just before you get to the roundabout where the Three Cliffs coffee shop is, there's a little place just back on the left-hand side where it used to be a garage years ago. I think it's called the Forecourt now.
Yeah,
and just
been there.
Yeah, and just in there is I think he's a Greek guy.
Yeah, it's Greek. He specialises in providing meals to people.
Catering for somebody who's got to do one. You go and be the chef, the private chef.
Yeah. You
Is
can
that on the entrance to Southgate, is it?
Yeah.
Just as you
do
approach
evening meals there as well. But you've got to book in advance, and you have to tell them what you want before you go there.
Yeah.
Because they have to prepare it.
Yeah. But
You're thinking about going there. They do nice coffee, actually.
It's nice coffee, and we had a couple of focaccias. Well, actually, we had one between us, but they're only kind of this sort of square, but they're stacked really high. Oh, and talk about tasty. Every mouthful was as it was in your mouth. You wanted to just leave it there for a while. Yeah, it was really nice. And
nice. He was on one of them chef competition programs.
Oh, was he?
And he was a runner-up or got the finalist or something. So he's
all right.
He must
Chris
be
Gosling, his name is.
Yeah. So it's the food they got in the counter there looks pretty spectacular.
Yeah, lovely little place.
Meals look good too. You're going to go to Wall one night and
they come out in little circular cardboard things, didn't they? To take away, and they're all apparently really tasty.
Yeah, you can order takeaway, but obviously you can order the full thing before you come there, or you can have a meal there, but you have to book it in advance.
Yeah.
You can't turn up and say, I want a meal. He says, well, tough. You have to book it and tell us what you want before you come.
Yeah. Get your appetite up, Yeah, but it was full, We just got in there, got a table, and then when we left, it was all the tables were busy and people were taking stuff away, and a lovely selection of breads there too.
Yeah.
I think they get them either from or the same people as that one down in Park Mill. What's it called now?
Little Valley Bakery.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, so it's nice stuff. Yeah. Did I miss any major notes, any bullets on the first session?
No. I tell you, that place in South, that's the way you're talking about, that food place.
Yeah.
It used to be a garage, okay? But that used to be the Island Style Surf Shop, which Robin Bramall opened.
Ah.
Yeah, next door.
And that's where we made the Mandala surfboards with Craig and Terry, the Aussies from Ardella.
Yeah, because the building it occupies now used to be a bit of a crafting shop, I think.
Yeah,
I think they've extended it. And but next door,
the woman who owns it, quite friendly with us. She used to do jewellery and all sorts of little nicky-nacky stuff.
Yeah. Marion went down there a few times. She got into that for a short while.
Yeah, but next door to it, and it looks like it's going through a period not happening. There was a pizza place there, Pobble's Pizza, but I looked in the window and there's loads of stuff out on the little terrace, and it looks like it's been knocked to pieces inside, as if somebody's thinking of doing something else with it, But we knew the guy who used to run that. Toby, his name was,
I thought it was the same place.
No. If you look at the building from the road, the right-hand side used to be the crafting shop,
Yeah, now it's the
and the one right in front of you was the one which used to be at some stage a bit of a hairdresser's. Then about 4 or 5 years ago, they turned it into a pizza place. I think it was just coming out of lockdown, or maybe hovering before lockdown, called Pobbles.
This is right next door to the garage.
Yeah, well, as you look at it, if you're standing on the road looking at that
Garage is on the
old
left, yeah.
garage on your left, then next to it is the pizza place, and on the far right is what used to be the crafting place.
Oh, I see. It's
Well,
in between.
that's the deli.
Oh, right, yeah. I didn't even realize there was a pizza place there.
Yeah, it's only small, but he did all right. And the people were coming from the area, same as they come into that place for meals. There's
Yeah.
enough of a catchment there and there down that estate, all around there, and people are usually well
Have you been to the restaurant above the cafe in by the roundabout there?
No, when they did a big jobby on the building, and I thought extending the cafe, and I could see that it went sort of if you go in from the road, it was a split level down a step, and then I could see there was up a bit as well. No,
Yeah.
but I'd seen the building, but I'd never actually.
Well, they used to do really nice food there. The restaurant upstairs, very nice.
Right. Hang about, are we? Oh, that's the place, Con. You got it there. That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the sign?
Island style.
Oh, yeah.
You
So was
see
that
where-
Robin?
That used to be Robin Bramall, yeah.
All right. 'Cause didn't he have a place down also in Blackpill where there used to be a garden centre or something?
No, he had it in, it was the Duns.
No, I remember the Duns, but who had somewhere then? If you went up Mill Lane towards where the Indian restaurant is, and you turned left, it's now a full-on housing development. But going back about 20, 25 years, maybe more.
There used to be a garden centre there, didn't there?
Yeah, and I'm sure Robin had a bit of a surf shop outlet in among that lot there, either before or after the Duns.
I don't know about that.
Because was Dave in that place above the Bakers first when he was
We're
moving
not
around?
talking about that one. I'm talking about the one up the road on the corner. It used to be a needlecraft place.
Oh, the one that right on the corner on the twisty bits.
Yeah, because it
was
started
it?
up. That was when Tiki had it first.
Tiki, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and Johnny Capek was working there.
Yeah.
And then it went into Island style after that, I think.
Ah,
if I'm
right.
if I'm not
I got it.
wrong,
That's
I'm
right,
not
yeah.
sure now.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now I
I
come to
remember
think
that
of it.
in Tiki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I come
Is
to
it-
think of it. I'm not too sure about it.
It's a little coffee bar now, and it's really only tiny, but it seems to manage to, survive. It doesn't have any room inside. I think it's the sort of place where people go for a hit, stay for 15 minutes, and on with their day, which suits a place like that, because you need to have a turnover. You can't afford to have anybody sitting there like me for an hour or more.
It's quite a few places like that. I've been to Sloth at the top of Glamour Road.
Oh, I've seen it as I drive past,
Yeah.
but I couldn't figure out what was because the sign's almost bigger than the building.
I know. Another tiny little place. It probably got seats about 10 maybe. But the coffee is really good.
Is it?
Excellent coffee. And they do a few nibbles first thing in the morning. And then by lunchtime, then he's winding down and it shuts at 2.
Yeah. Oh, I might.
But all his trade is
might
people
pop-
going to work in the morning, takeaways.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I
full
might
of
pass by there.
yummy mummies at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
They go in there and they sit there for like 2 hours with one cup of coffee.
Oh, that's not good then.
I know. It just pisses me off every time I go in, they can't get a bloody seat.
I never used to do that in shows, did we?
Do that walk on?
Do it where?
Never used to do that in shows.
Joe's.
No.
What? Joe's ice cream parlor?
Yeah, sit with one ice cream or one coffee for about all afternoon. So.
No. Well, times I remember sitting with one drink would have been before your time. Was in the espresso bar in Iceman Square. Tony
I
McCarthy's
remember it,
place.
Sam. I was there. I was
You?
good. I remember it.
Yeah, because the forts was on the corner, like turquoise blue with the wicker chairs.
Yeah.
Sports
On the
and
round.
too, sorry.
And then Tony then must have been only in his early 20s, and he must have persuaded the family. I got an idea. Give me that. Let me have that space alongside there, and I'll open up
you know, an espresso bar, you know, with a jukebox in it, and you know, and of course it was right in for the time. And you go in there, buy a Coke, and try and stay there for 3 hours with it. And the lady who worked there would come around, and you'd say, "I haven't finished it yet," and she said, "Come on, you can't," you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Forts I meant to say, not Joe's, sorry.
Yeah,
Have
Forts,
you
yeah.
have you tried that smart crafty smuggler in the uplands on the corner with the Grove? As you come down into the uplands, it's right not on the corner. You've got the hairdressers, and right next door to another tiny little place called the Crafty Smuggler.
No.
What is it? What is it? A
It's
coffee?
about 10 people again in there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yes, when I've been walking past there, sometimes going to the docks, pick up my tabs and things. Yeah,
If you
and
like coffee, get in there because it's another place which is some
is
of the
it?
best
And
coffee,
it's
probably.
a lot of people sitting at the window on stools.
Yeah, they do some nice food in there, snacky food. They
All
do a
right.
lovely brie and cranberry panini.
All
And
right.
you have a
Bit
coffee,
of
it's about £8. It's a bargain.
Yeah.
They do a nice bacon bap.
They do bacon baps.
Yeah.
We went in there. I had a bacon brie and cranberry panini, and my mate had a bacon bap, and it was 2 huge slices of bacon in it. In fact, he said he actually took one of the slices home with him. It
Yeah.
was too much in one bap.
Yeah. Well, as I said, on Valentine's Day, I was on the radio from, I think it was 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. No, what was I doing? I can't remember now. But I'd said to Kim, I said, she said, well, let's go out for coffee in the morning somewhere. I said, okay. So I got up at 10:30, and I said, okay, then let's go. But I walked in the kitchen. There's a lovely smell of bacon and whatever. Oh, and she made some lovely, like she knows what I have when I go down the surf. It's a cream cheese and bacon bagel, you know.
Yeah.
And it was really tasty. A nice pot of fresh coffee. She even got some croissants that were pre-stuffed with raspberry jam. I said, how do you do that? Have you got a special syringe or something, you know? Because I went to cut it open to put some jam in, and I thought, oh, it's already jammed, you know. It was lovely, you know. Talking about having nice things to eat. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many places to go for food, but there aren't that many that are any good.
Yeah.
Coffee, I'm a bit of a coffee snob, to be honest.
Yeah.
Either it's right or it's not. You know?
Yeah, I find sometimes I'll go somewhere and the first hurdles they have to get over, it has to be in a hot cup to start with.
Yeah.
And I feel embarrassed when I say to them, excuse me, I'm not sure if you do anyway, but can you warm the cup first with some hot water?
Yeah.
And sometimes people go say, yeah, we do that anyway. And others look at you as if you're asking for what? And then you have to explain, no, you put a nice bit of hot coffee in a freezing cold cup.
Yeah.
And you end up with a warm coffee then.
I know.
You don't get
It
it.
does my head in. I always ask for a hot coffee. And I go, oh, yeah. You know, it's always hot. No, it's not always hot. You know, you got to heat the cup up first.
Yeah. Oh, and they say, oh, you mean extra hot? Well, as hot as you can make it.
Yeah, well,
Probably they're only about 12-year-old, these bloody people behind the counter. And it's just,
Oh, it's different to when espressos first
yeah, if you got a
appeared.
real espresso machine, like when I was working in the creperie at La Torche, you just put the cups on top of the machine. There's a place
Yeah.
for the cups.
But that does warm them.
And the cups are warm automatically.
Yeah, but it's still not, it doesn't retain the hot.
It
You
does.
have to give
It
it
does.
first.
It does.
Yeah. All depends if
maybe
it's.
it does come, but down here they don't do it.
All right. Okay.
I had a laugh when they first started having special coffees, you know, around, which would have been in the early 80s. And I'd go into my office in town then was, what was it? La Busola. It's on the Kingsway. It had a 2-story place. It had like a Spanish restaurant upstairs, Elio's, that's it. And the old dear behind the counter, you ask for an espresso, and they'd look at you and they'd say, it's only little, mind. you don't get much. I said, yeah, I know. That's why I'm having one. You know.
Yeah.
And then the people thinking they had the score of it, they'd ask for an espresso, and what they thought they were asking for was a cappuccino. That funny kind of word, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if he gives me a cappuccino, I said, if I wanted trifle, I would have said trifle. I don't want 3 inches of froth and half inch of coffee,
Yeah.
which is what the translation for cappuccino was in Britain in the early stages, you know.
You go abroad and you ask for a coffee, you don't get these buckets or huge mugs. You get a normal cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law came over here and we went for a coffee, and I can't remember where it was, but it served it in a big mug, and she said, "What's this? What's this?" You know, I only wanted a cup of coffee, and it was a medium-sized one, you know, like you get from a Costa or something. It's like half a pint of bloody coffee.
Yeah.
I said, no, we just drink these little tiny ones. Where, you know, in Spain, it's a little tiny thing.
Yeah.
But,
And actually in Europe, it all depends on where you are in Europe. If you ask for I'm not sure if it's espresso, they naturally give you if you ask for coffee, you get a black coffee.
It's an espresso, yeah.
yeah, you have to ask for milk.
You don't get an espresso, you get a black coffee, like, you know. They don't call it an espresso, you know.
No, it's just called a cafe.
Yeah.
Or you can ask for an Italian,
Yeah.
which is a single pressed one, which is a double
that's
press,
what- yeah.
but then it comes out really, it's one
Yeah.
coffee, one
Yeah.
dose of coffee, but it's really strong.
Yeah.
And that's
That's-
an Italian.
Yeah.
The thing is, in all these places, they never taught how to make coffee. You
I
think
know.
you just shove it in, pull the lever, press the button, out it comes. No, you got to grind it. Depending on the coffee bean, you got to grind it to a certain size,
Yeah.
because each coffee bean flavor will have a different. You know, you have to have it to a different size. And
Yeah.
then you shove it in the machine, and then it depends what temperature and pressure you got it out to get
Yeah.
it out the right flavor. But you go to most coffee shops and they grind it, shove it in, press the button, psh, there's your coffee. Well, it's shite, you know, because
Yeah.
you haven't done it properly, and they
And-
don't understand.
And the worst thing is then you go to a place and you look for what a coffee machine is, and you're looking for the one that's, you know, chrome, usually about 2 foot long, and you think, all right, they got a proper coffee machine.
If you've got a
And then
coffee making machine,
You say, do you do espresso? They, yeah, and it comes out of this one size fits all shiny
Yeah.
thing. Press a button. Oh no, don't bother.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Tom. Do you know Tom Fisher, surfer?
I know the word.
Yeah.
I've seen the name.
Yeah, he's got a little coffee shop in Port Island, and
Oh yeah, I do know him because
Yeah.
I used to go down there on my bike, and it's stuck
you
in.
would do, yeah.
Yeah, I know him now. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in there one day, and there was a big pile of coffee residue, bean stuff. I said, "What are you doing, Tom?" He said, "Oh, he said I can't get it right today." He said, "I said, getting what right?" He said, "Well," and he explained to me then you got to get the coffee granules crunched to the right size, and then
Right.
you got to put it in the machine at the right pressure and the right temperature. Otherwise, whatever coffee you buy in won't taste right.
Bloody yeah.
He wasted like half a pound of bloody coffee trying to get it right.
Oh yeah, I've been there a number of times, and every time I go down, I said, "Oh, I'm glad you're surviving," because it's a summertime thing, or depending on what weekend it's looking like.
Yeah, he makes enough. I'm bloody sure because he's got the shop, the surf shop, and the
Well,
coffee.
that's it as well, is it?
Yeah, but he's revamping the coffee shop. He's in the process of being overhauled for the spring opening.
All right. Yeah, because they have nice bunch in there, and you know, just sit outside usually. Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah, I know him because he said, "Oh, he said I wondered if he'd be down this summer. If I'm out for a ride on the bike, I make a point of calling in there." You know.
He's a great lad. He really is.
Yeah.
Him and his wife,
Yeah.
great couple.
Yeah, because I've seen either somebody has mentioned him to me, or what's his level of surfing? Does he?
Pretty
One of the
good.
top,
Oh, he is. Yeah, it is.
one of the top surfers.
He was
Yeah.
he
Longboard.
went to the World Championships in Costa Rica.
Oh, right. Oh, it's just the one name I've
Yeah,
seen.
he's
but then-
got a
I
really
had a
suffering
chat
with his
to
back
him
at the
about it.
moment, though. He's really he's got some real serious issues with his back.
All right.
It's pissing
I tell
him
you
off.
what, talking about waves, I think I mentioned it when I was on the last time. I think it either came up in a quiz question or something of the highest waves in Portugal. What's it called, that place now?
Nazare.
That's
Nazarene.
right. And it's not far short of 100 feet was
Yeah.
the one that's been surfed.
Yeah.
96 point whatever
It's
feet.
very debatable how you measure it, but it's
Yeah.
fucking big.
Yeah.
It's huge. They just had a swell
Yeah.
at Mavericks, okay? And they reckon it's one of the biggest swells they've ever had. Mavericks is in off Northern California,
All right.
off Moon Bay. And I just saw some clips of it today.
Yeah, it was on the other day as well, wasn't it?
You don't want to be out there, you know.
No.
How do they get towed up with a jet ski to
Oh,
catch
They
it?
yeah.
go out of the harbour
you
with
have
the
to.
jet skis and the boats. But
Yeah.
apparently it was so big that the channel was closing out, so they had to put the boats a long way away, you know, and they had to go in with jet skis.
Yeah, well, jet skis, I meant, yeah.
But
But it must
at
be
that
hairy
size,
with a bloody jet ski in it.
no, but at that size, you can't paddle in, you know, you got to get towed in.
Yeah,
The waves are going too fast.
yeah. What you mean?
You can't catch it by yourself. You have to be towed in by a jet ski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ski
What,
in
on the
and-
shoulder?
No, on the peak. You should watch it, Sam. It's right. Go and have a look and just type in
It's
tow
for
in
mentally
Mavericks,
deranged.
tow in at Mavericks or tow in at PRE
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's for
And have
people
a
who are
look.
mentally deranged.
Yeah. Oh, Nazare even, yeah. Is one coming up there? Is a huge swell coming into Nazare tomorrow or after tomorrow, and there's a competition, towing competition on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That film, I can't remember the guy's name now. It's a true story. There's a film, Gerard Butler's in it, and he plays the part of a surfer, and this kid sort of hangs on to him.
Yeah.
And,
It's Mavericks.
I can't remember the kid's name, but he drowns, the kid does.
Yeah.
You know, after he becomes a world-known surfer.
Hmm.
I think he's free diving somewhere, and he drowns.
Uh,
But I can't
Oh,
remember
bit
his
of a
name.
what they
Well,
call
well-
free diving when they go down without any air or something.
Yeah.
Without any tanks.
Bloody hell.
Mm.
Can't remember his name in the film though.
I remember that film. It's really old. Sean Bean. I think it was set in Cornwall. Catherine Zeta-Jones was in it. Do you remember that film?
What was it?
He plays a surfer. I think it's Sean Bean or somebody like that. And Catherine Zeta-Jones was his girlfriend in the film before she took off. What was the film called now? And that was a bit like a kind of a point blank or point. What's that? The
Point Break.
Point Break.
point break. Yeah.
Worst
Yeah.
film ever. Oh god.
Chasing Mavericks, that
Yeah,
film.
Chasing Mavericks. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great film.
Yeah. I can't remember the boy's name in it though.
No, I can't. I can. It rings a bell. It's on the tips of my tongue, and I can't think of his name either.
Called Blue Juice, that film. You were talking
Oh,
about.
that's it. Yeah, Blue Juice.
Just Googled it. 1995.
J something his name was.
Oh,
Con.
Jay Moriarty. Jay Moriarty.
1995. Kip. So that would have been just before she took off. I was working in Ritzy. Now it would have been before then, and she was along, and she was doing stuff on the London stage. But it was just when she'd made Darling Buds of May with David
yeah.
Jason. And that was a bit of a launch pad then. She had a sort of a quiet moment, but then it was the band Antonio Banderas one, Zorro, which really whopped her up, doesn't it, you know? And then I think that's when Michael Douglas spotted her. And I think it was, not so much pulling strings, it was a bit of and she ended up got the part in that Entrapment with Sean Connery, remember?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. Oh, it's quite a good film, that, Sean Connery. They're both spies, and they're trying to outdo each other. But of
Yeah.
course, she falls for him a bit, you know. But
This
quite
guy, the guy's name was Jay Moriarty.
Moriarty.
Yeah. And yeah, he died in a free-diving accident down to tunnel or something. He got stuck.
Oh. Doing a Houdini. That reminds me, I must make a note of that for my memoirs when I finally get to write them. As I was doing a private party for sort of somebody, a friend I sort of knew vaguely. I used to come to discos, and he lived up in Llandilo, between Llandilo and Carmarthen. I think it was called Capel Isaac, only tiny little hamlet. Lived in a like a thatched cottage, but it was a bit like a TARDIS. You went into the front door and you thought, where the rest of this building come from? Didn't look like this on the outside, but it was. And he was having a party, celebrating something. But as you walked into the house, in the middle of the lounge, there's a swimming pool. Right, coming up to you, sitting on the chairs, and the swimming pool is at the same level of you. So you just drop into the pool, and it was lovely decorated, like a stone fire in the middle of it all, going on the roof, and they had tea lights everywhere. So it was very, very quaint and fairy and ethnic. So he asked me to do my show, which was based on my circus show, which I used to do for the kids, but I made it a bit adult, you know, so it's a bit more risk and risque in it. And at one point, it was based on a ship that had got shipwrecked, and I'd come aboard managing to rescue some certain things like bananas and cutlasses and stuff like that. So I ended up doing this one sketch where I'm looking a bit piratey, and I'm standing at the side of the pool, and all of a sudden they start shouting out to me, "Fire!" I said, "Yeah, I know, it's all around me." "No," I said, "you're on fire." I thought, "What?" And I had this little tunic on, and it had caught on these tea lights at the back, and my tunic was burning.
All part of the show.
No, what part of the show? You know. But I think prior to that, or was it at the same time, I was doing a bit of a Houdini act, a bit of an escapology thing, where I got my hands chained together with chains, you know. Then I dived into the pool. Well, my escape way was, I knew I had to sort of get my hands to sort of push me off the bottom to do what I needed to do. And when I went into the pool, because my hands were chained together, I couldn't get into the position to do what I needed to do. And I thought, oh, this is going pear-shaped. This is getting too real for, you know. And I'm down in the pool thinking, holding my breath, come on, come on, come on. And I finally managed to get myself up, you know, and I managed to do the illusion, you know. I came up and I said, oh, I always got the key. I said, because here I am. So I lifted my hands up then. I said, oh, it's okay. I said, I got the key. It's here. Holding my hand up, meaning I'd escaped, you know. But when that thing caught fire, I still got the little tunic top, and there's this great big hole in the back of it where it caught fire.
You're less than a minute, boys. Bloody hell, it's gone quick, huh?
Another quick half hour gone.
Oh, yeah, less than a minute, indeed.
Okay, guys. Well, have a good week.
Yeah, I got loads of coffee shops to check out now.